Welcome to GCCars. My name is Eric, and today we're going to take a city POV test drive in this 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF. RF means retractable fastback, and we have the hardtop here. Normally a Miata comes in a soft top, and obviously with a 6-speed manual, just like you would want to have it. Although, hey, if you buy a Miata and you'd like the manual or the automatic more, sure, go for that. It's your car. But as always, I do have a full review about this specific Mazda. If you want to find that, top right hand corner, interior, exterior review, and we talk, of course, about how it drives. These POV drives are more so that you can get a feel how it is to see it, how it's visually and audio like to drive it out of the first person. You see the interior, which is just beautiful in this white, combined with the... Still closed? Nope. You always have to slam this door. Combined with the blue metal up here, it just looks very, very nice. And it's very, very cramped though, but it's a Miata, so what do you expect? We're not gonna put the top down today. Let's start her up. Also, this is the GT trim, which is the top level trim. All the Mazda infotainment, so we actually still have a touchscreen, unlike in newer ones. But I still like the newer ones, so first gear, not reverse. And let's mute this right away. Let's get started. We will be going for a little acceleration run here in a bit. Just want to merge onto the bigger street down there. And it's funny, in these POV drives you can really, if you like Toronto, or you just like following how Toronto develops, you can really see a lot of stuff changing. Like a couple of weeks ago, they started demolishing a big part of the Garden Expressway, basically like a little highway running through the city. Now you see this demolished, which we've seen in my videos for a long time too. So it's kind of interesting. Turn down the AC a little. There we go. I'm preparing for the launch. Well, not launch, for the acceleration run. Okay. There we go. The cool thing about the Miata really is that you can stomp on the accelerator pretty hard and accelerate for a pretty long time, but you're not really going that fast. Unlike in the Mustang we've had last week, where you stomp on the accelerator really quickly and you were really quick. So this gives you a little more room to just ring it out a little, which is nice. I'm very curious about how this turns out with GoPro, with the Hero 10. Definitely let me know if you like if the quality is good. And I mean, I will see it in editing, but in the end, what matters is how you like it. If you like this better than the GoPro 5 I was using before. So just let me know. And if it's not good, tell me what exactly is not good, and we'll fix it and tweak it until it is better than before. But I think it should be really nice, especially the 60 FPS are yeah, that's gonna be nice. Hopefully we can do it in the night POVs as well. I don't know yet, just simply because GoPros have been historically not that great in low light conditions. I bet this 10 is a lot better than the 5, but it would need to be pretty much twice as good for that. And even then, you want to keep the ISO as low as possible, so you might need that extra exposure time that you can get with a 30 FPS compared to the 60. So we'll see. I would definitely like to go 60 though on the night POVs. Very nice manual, by the way. Very, very nice manual. Occasionally, it's my third day. I've been struggling a little to get it into the first and second gear, just because not like the actual releasing the clutch and all that, but just getting it physically in there has been a little more difficult sometimes than I expected. So that's just something I got to get used to. But if that's a persistent problem for me, you'll definitely hear that mentioned in the full review, like I said, top right hand corner or at the end of the video. And if it's not an issue for me by then, if I get used to it, then, well, you won't hear about it anymore. Just gotta make sure you are a little, because one of the features I looked forward the most here with the GoPro, actually with the 6, was to how do they call it, horizon lock, something like that, right? But unfortunately, in 4K you can only use it if you are using the linear angle instead of the wide, which I'm using here, right? But linear doesn't really help me much, because in these videos you would see like this much, so that'd be pretty bad for a POV drive. So unfortunately, I cannot use the horizon lock. But it was fine before, so we'll be fine. But otherwise, really easy to shift this manual. Ref managing also is really easy, because you really just have to give it a quick stab, as long as you somewhat quick on the clutch, and you won't have an issue. Some cars are a little more tricky to ref manage, I find personally, at least. This one is super easy. Of course, the city POV drive is probably the the least spectacular in terms of what you can do with a Miata, but I want to do it because, you know, you will drive it in the city, and it is nice to see the car being used. I don't want to show it just in the perfect conditions where it's meant to be. I want to give you like a whole range. That's why we do the night POV drive. That's why we do the highway POV drive. That's why we do the city POV drive. That's why when we in sportier cars, we We try to get some either track or some twisty road sections in, just so you really can see how it would be for you as a buyer, right? An owner of a vehicle. So this is actually also the first time I managed to rev match. I had to heel toe rev match and downshift in. I have not been very good at that so far in other cars. Like, I don't know if my feet are weird, but I just can never get the position right. And this is the first car I can actually do it in. So I've been trying myself on that, but with like pretty much zero practice, I'm obviously not that great at it. And when I want to hit the gas, pardon me, I obviously sometimes still brake a little more than I'm meant to. So that's just if you notice that maybe occasionally while I'm driving, don't worry about it. I'm improving as we go, okay? How many cars can come from a red light? Holy wow. And it's just so nice to drive manual. I've had 2 manuals in a row now, which is just very entertaining. I just love it. Coming out of the Mustang was a lot of fun. Now this it's basically on paper very similar because you got front engine rear wheel drive, manual transmission coupe, but in practice a lot different because the way the Mustang and this Miata drive is just vastly different. One has a big V8 in front, the other one has a 181 horsepower, naturally aspirated inline 4. The one weighs a lot, the one doesn't weigh much, this one here, of course. So it's a very interesting and fun contrast between these two cars, which I always enjoy that. But next week we're gonna go into a Volvo XC90, which then again is gonna be very comfy. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. Looking forward to that too. But as always, we're gonna pause here, stop here for a minute, and I'm gonna end the video. Yeah, you know what? Come while we're at it, let's put down the top. I mean, well, for this little thingy goes in and out automatically. I don't have to do anything besides holding a button. And tops down. Let's take a look at the outside. But yeah, that was a city POV test drive here in the Miata. Of course, like I said, the full review should be somewhere on your screen right now, as well as another review, because I review cars every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, where I have a brand new review for you, as well as POV drives scattered throughout the weekend, sometimes depending on the car, pure sound videos. So if you like cars, you might want to consider subscribing. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks so much. I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.